Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you. We're out here outside of the Globe Theatre. It's a gorgeous theatre on the banks of the Thames River. You can see behind me, there she is, the beautiful Thames. All that water there. A gorgeous time. There were a few different theatres, most of them up and down this area of the Thames River. Some of them burned down, some of them stayed erect. But what we're talking about today is the Globe Theatre, where most of the productions were staged. Now then, let's walk in. Here we are on the stage. Let's take a look up. Whoa. The Globe Theatre's wide open. It's a broad daylight theatre. So what we can say about that is this. During a play, probably taking place in the afternoon when the light was best, they fly flags high up above. That way, you know there's a play going on. If there's no flag flying up above the Globe Theatre, don't bother coming in, because there's no play going on. And if there's no play, there's nothing to see, you little groundlings. Hey there. First of all, here we are on the ground. We're on the ground level, right close to the stage. Behind me and above me, you can see there are different stages and levels, but right now we're on the ground. We're known as groundlings. Most of the poorer audience members would pay 1 penny to stay down here on the ground. So down here on the ground, you had a lot of scallywags, a lot of loudness, noise, hollering, throwing of stuff. These people were crude, even a little bit rude. Let me read a little note for you here. This is from Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 2. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows of noise. Folks, the groundlings, those were the scallywags that stood down here right beneath the stage on the ground. They'd throw rotten apples, or rotten apples would be thrown on them. The groundlings had barely nary a pence to pay for their admission in the show, but they did anyway. And those groundlings Shakespeare's talking about here in Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 2. I wonder if that ghost was walking around there in Hamlet. You know he was close by, and I bet you even the Globe Theatre was probably haunted. Now then, if you had a little bit more money, you could come up here in one of the covered areas. Second floor right here. It cost you 2 pennies, or 2 days' wages. You can see that that costs a little bit more. Now, if you wanted to sit on a cushion, you'd have to buy one of the cushions your own self, and that might cost you a little bit more, perhaps a pence. Get yourself a cushion, now you're sitting on it, and now you're covered in comfort. It was here in the covered areas that people would come by with goodies, drinks, food. You could eat and you could drink while watching the play. Maybe you were watching Macbeth, maybe Hamlet. Now here we are on the upper gallery. Why would you be up here all the way? Have a look down. Wow, it's a long way down there, but I feel like I'm right on top of the action here in the Globe Theatre. Three different vantage points. This one might be fantastic. Thank you so much for coming along on this tour of the Globe Theatre. You've answered a few important questions, and hopefully that's giving you a better idea of what was happening in 1598 or even 1600, 410 years ago. Maybe one day someone will look at this very piece and say that was happening 410 years ago. But 410 years ago from right now, Shakespeare was performing plays in the Globe Theatre. Macbeth, Hamlet, The Merchant of Venice, The Taming of the Shrew, just to name a few. So happy you've been able to broaden your mind, ask yourselves a few questions about the Globe Theatre, and answer a few yourself. You're moving right along with a quick You're moving right along with a quick step and a pence in your pocket. Thanks for coming along, mate. Blah!